Is this Barbra Streisand's sister, Roslyn Kind?
This is Roz, Howard. How are you?
You mean
you
Barbra?
go by the very end of your name?
You mean, what about the first part of your name, Barbra Streisand's sister?
I thought we knew each other better than that.
No. You'll always be Barbra Streisand's sister to me. I mean, we have to be honest, Robin, and ask ourselves.
Why do we talk to Roslyn Kind?
Yeah, I mean, Roslyn's a great talent and all that stuff, but there's a lot of great talent in the world.
Oh, sure, we know a lot of people can sing.
I think we talk to Roslyn because she's Barbra Streisand's sister.
Yeah.
I'm also Shelley Streisand's sister, Diana Kind's daughter.
Yeah, but nobody cares about that.
Oh, yes, they do.
I'm sure you're a lot of other people's sisters, mothers, aunts, nieces, nephews, but Barbra is the one we care about.
Barbra.
Well, she's definitely the one to care about this week in New York.
I got to tell you something. Roslyn said, hey, you want me to call up and review my sister's concert? I said, I do, but I don't. What I want to know is, your sister's a little cold to you. I know that from enough what I've read, and the fact that she wouldn't let you live.
Are we going to go back to those things that you read and you're believing?
But wait, I have questions. Let me set this up.
Well, put Barbra on the phone. You're so close.
Yeah. Where's she now?
Hopefully sleeping and getting some rest.
Where is she now? In her hotel?
What hotel?
Well, in her apartment?
Probably.
Yeah, and where are you?
Where am I?
You're in your apartment.
Yeah, because I'm kind of getting ready to leave for Europe, for London, to play there for 3 weeks at the Café Royale.
But you also know that your sister, that apartment of hers, she wouldn't even let you live there when you needed an apartment for 2 weeks.
That's not true.
True. It is true.
Not true at all. I've been there and stayed many times.
You know, Fred, our own Fred Norris is warmer to you than your own sister, Barbra. So what I'm saying is when you go to the Barbra Streisand concert, how are you treated? Do you have to wait outside the dressing room, like in a green room with other people, or are you in Barbara's dressing room? Answer honestly.
I go into Barbara's dressing room.
And you get to stay there the whole time, or she has you thrown out at some point?
Does she have an inner and an outer dressing room?
What do you think, I serve drinks?
No, I think that you have to sit in the green room.
No, you're wrong.
Because she doesn't treat you right.
That's not true.
If you were my sister, you could sit in the room with me.
And what, and strip?
No. No, you got to understand something. Tell me what happens. You went over to the theater at what time?
It's not a theater. It's Madison Square Garden.
All right, you went over to the garden at what time?
Just before showtime.
What time would that be?
Oh, around 8.
All right, now, you go there 8 o'clock. What time does the show start?
About 8:15.
All right, so when you go in, do you just go right to your seat or you go backstage?
It's a fight. Have you seen the crowds getting in?
Just tell me, what happens?
I don't go backstage. I go to my seat. I welcome
so you're
people.
like
I look for people.
So you're a paid guest?
An audience member just like everybody else?
No, it's a little more than that.
Did you have to buy your tickets?
Never.
And what happened? Did you have to call Barbara's assistant to get the tickets?
No.
Or did you call Barbara herself?
Listen, I'm the only one with a file because I go to every concert.
No, Roslyn.
What?
I mean Barbra Streisand's sister. Listen to me.
Yes, Howard Stern.
When you got your tickets for the concert,
Mm-hmm.
you called up her office, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you asked one of her people if you could have some tickets.
No, I said I want to come.
Now, don't you think that if you were close with your sister, you could just call your sister directly and say, hey, Barbara, get me some tickets for the show?
Who does your sister call?
My sister calls me. She has to call Barbara's people.
Yeah.
That's my point.
No.
You hate your sister and you won't admit it.
That's not true.
You have to. If you have to call her assistant for a ticket, I am telling you hate her.
Not true at all. As a matter of fact, it was my sister that when I went to Washington, D.C. for the concert.
What row were you in?
Third.
Who sat to your left and to your right? She loves this. Who sat to your left and to your right?
Chaim Yankel and...
Chaim Yankel? the famous friend of Rabbi Joachim Schneerson?
Yeah, right. You know them.
Chaim Yankel? I didn't know Chaim Yankel sat next to you with his payas and beard.
Chaim Yankel turns up everywhere.
Now, who sat to your left and right?
Who sat to my left and my right?
I know a guy who was sitting behind you. He said he swears he heard you mumble "big-nosed witch" 4 times.
Oh, Howard!
I'm not kidding.
Oh, Howard!
They heard
Howard,
it.
What book is this guy writing?
This is what the guy told me.
Oh my God!
Were you mumbling "big-nosed witch" under?
No way, doll.
It's the Barbra Streisand sister book.
Yeah.
Nah.
So be honest. Don't you think that that's a little bizarre that you don't call Barbara directly for tickets? That you have to call her assistant?
No.
You don't
I speak
think
to my sister whenever I need to.
Yeah, but you didn't say, "Hey, Babs."
I don't call her Babs.
But why don't you say, "Hey, Barbara, what's up? Give me some tickets."
I don't have to go, "What's up?"
But my sister wouldn't call. My sister would never call an assistant. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't feel she treats you right.
I don't think. Are you very busy like my sister is?
Let me tell you something. I'm busier than your sister. Not only do I have a full radio schedule, a TV editing schedule, a movie schedule.
I didn't know you edit also.
Yeah, I'm in on it. The guys talk to me, have meetings every day. What I'm saying is I'm every bit as busy. Plus, I've got kids, young children, and a wife who need my attention every 3 seconds. Kids had the nerve to complain last night that I'm not available to them enough. So I gave them an assignment. I said, now I want you to go through the house and ask me what each thing in this house costs. And they said, okay. They had no idea what anything cost. They didn't even know what summer camp cost.
Wait a minute.
And I said, how do you think I pay for this stuff? And then they understood.
You literally had them ask you the price of things?
Really?
Yes.
Is that what you place value on, Howard?
Yes,
no,
I
your
do.
Children's lives should mean a lot more to you than the price of the things in your home.
Hey, well, how many kids you got?
I have a puppy. That's my son.
Yes. Don't tell me about kids. All right. Now,
I just don't believe that you put value on the things in your home.
No, I said to the kids, they said, how come you're always working? I said, I'm going to tell you why I work. I said, at least I get to work out of the house. Most dads, like my brother-in-law, the workaholic, doesn't come home till 7, 8 o'clock at night. I said, I'm in the house. I come up. We have dinner together. We share some time together. I said, you kids are in the ozone when it comes to how much things cost. Now, let me tell you something. I said, you see that car out there? How much do you think that car costs? The Jeep.
Do you think they know what thousands of dollars mean?
Oh, yes, they do. My kids are no dopes. They're 11 and 8. I said, how much do you think the car costs? Kids go, $200? I go, the Jeep is 15 grand. Okay? They're like, 15 grand?
What is that?
Then how much does this house cost? I told them what the house cost. They almost fell on their ass.
And so then they said, go back to work, Dad?
Yeah, they were like shaking in their pants. We want to go to camp. We want to have we want to have a life.
Then you go back to the basement, Daddy.
That's why dads work. Now get out, do your homework. Shut up and sit down.
I can't believe you did that.
I said, you kids have the comfort of knowing Daddy is just a few rooms away. Even though you only see me twice a week, I'm a few rooms away. If there was an emergency, I'm available. I said, go out and get a paper route. You'll see. You'll be working, too.
See how far the money goes.
I'm every bit as busy as your sister, Barbra Streisand. But I must tell you something. As busy as I am, my sister calls up. You got a book? You got tickets to the Nassau Coliseum?
She's always on the phone with you.
Oh, yes. And you want to know something?
She never speaks to your assistant. He has an assistant, you know.
I have an assistant.
Or is that an executive administrator?
Thank you. I give her a new title now.
What is it?
Personal executive administrative assistant.
To the president?
Yeah, to the president of the corporation. And let me tell you something. I'm every bit as busy as your sister. I mean, what? And she doesn't have the family life I do. All she does all day is avoid Elliot Gould. You know what? Your name, ironically, is Roslyn Kind. You know what I call your sister? Barbra Unkind.
Oh, that's...
Because that is disgraceful.
No.
She could have put you next to Anthony Quinn, not Mark McEwen.
I had great seats, Howard.
All right, let me get this straight.
I have no complaints.
Yeah, great seats so you could sit there and cry your eyes out because your sister is not nice to you.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm not being ridiculous. I know the truth, and that's why you love me when I say this.
No. Nah, I think that you should get your audience, everybody, to go, if you can even find a ticket anymore.
If I was you know what I would have done at that concert?
What?
I would have taken a flashlight. I would have shined it on my own nose just to show your sister how cute and small your nose is, to remind her through the whole concert, to throw our whole concert off.
Howard, you're horrifying.
Yeah, nose.
Yeah, nose. Beak. Yeah.
Flashlight. All right, listen to me. Did you sing People?
Of course. It's one of her trademarks. I think Julie Stein was there last night.
People who shut out family from the concert. They don't let them go backstage after the show.
So, Howard, are you going to be in Provincetown anytime in August?
We didn't ask. Did you go backstage after the show?
Of course I did.
And let me ask you something. Now, be honest. How long did you have to wait to get into Barbara's dressing room?
Not long enough. I went in 2 minutes.
You waited 2 minutes where? With the rest of the riffraff?
No, what riffraff? VIP's, doll.
A VIP room. You were put into a green room.
Do you have to have a pass?
I go right into the dressing room.
Did you have a pass?
Yes.
You had to wear a pass. Oh.
It's called security.
Oh, come on. What
like
do you...
they don't know who you are.
Oh,
actually, they should keep an eye on her. Because she could go off at any minute. You think OJ has a temper. Rosalind's ready to snap from the treatment she's getting. People who ignore their sisters, who make their sisters call their assistants for tickets in the world. Sing People.
No.
Sing it.
No.
Sing.
Sing.
No,
Yeah,
no.
you will sing. Sing.
No, I will not.
Yeah.
No.
All right.
Yeah, sing.
So you're going over to England.
Going over to England, and I just did the Taj Mahal, the Mark Edis Arena 2 weeks ago.
The Market of Serena. That sounds
No,
like
the Mark Edis Arena at the Taj Mahal in Atlantic City. You know, Donald Trump's Taj Mahal?
She's got a good voice, but she has to live under the
In the shadow
of her sister. This is what this show is all about today when we talk to Barbra Streisand's sister, Roslyn
No,
Kind.
it's only your story, Howard.
It's a very,
That's
listen,
your
she can't,
connection.
you hear the frustration in her voice. You see that this is a woman who has to call the assistant for tickets, and I think it's wrong.
And stand out in the dressing room.
Oh, God, I'm going to tear right now.
All right, listen, I wish you tremendous success in England.
Wait a minute.
Thank
How
you.
long did you get to spend with Barbra? Did you spend some time talking
A minute.
to her?
I was there well over an hour before I left with my group of people whom my sister greeted very graciously.
How many people were in the room with you when you went to see your sister? Was Mayor Dinkins and Trump and everyone in there with you?
At the beginning, and then they filtered out, and new ones came in, and they filtered out, and other people came in.
So you were never alone with your sister?
Of course not.
Yes, I was.
Because you hung around annoyingly for over an hour.
I don't annoy anybody.
No, but you hung
Howard.
around.
Am I annoying you when I'm around?
You hung around and you hung around and you hung around waiting for a moment
No.
alone with your sister. True?
No.
True or false?
No. I'm not there to hang around and wait for somebody's coattails. I'm there.
You want to know what
because
you ought to do at this point? And I'm going to tell you something and have no shame doing it. If I were you, I'd change my name to Barbra Streisand right now. And trigger.
There's enough impersonators walking on the street now.
I'll just call yourself Barbra Streisand. You're as much entitled to that name as she is. Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Howard. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. There she is, the very beautiful Barbra Streisand's sister, calling in with a review of the Barbra Streisand Show.